Daniel Hannan is a British politician and member of the European Parliament representing South East England for the Conservative Party. Hannan has been an MEP since 1999 and he's a unionist and is strongly critical of European integration.
For 50 years, this Parliament had nothing in the character of an official opposition. So all of the groups, the Communists, the Socialists, the Liberals, the Greens, the Christian Democrats, they all wanted a federal Europe, they all believed in a single foreign policy, the single currency, and so on. And what we've done is, for the first time, we have challenged the monopoly. We've broken the cartel. Now, closer European integration is no longer inevitable. It's just one among a series of competing ideas. Now, even if you are a committed Euro-federalist, that has to be a good idea, because all organisations are better if they have an opposition. Any organisation that is immune to criticism will end up becoming flabby, corrupt, and self-serving. So even the most committed Euro-integrationists should welcome the existence of the ECR as healthy, critical opposition.
Daniel Hannan speaks French and Spanish and loves Europe, but believes that the EU is making us poorer, less democratic and less free. He wants to take back powers from Brussels and then to pass them down to local councils, or better yet, individual citizens. Mr. Hannan is Secretary General of the Alliance of European Conservatives and Reformists, the only bloc in Brussels that campaigns against closer integration.
I think the ECR and the alliance of the ECR are the genuine pro-Europeans. The glory of this continent is that it's always recognised the value of diversity, of pluralism, of variety, of the decentralisation of power. The reason that Europe was successful, competitive, the reason that the last 500 years have borne a Western rather than an Oriental imprint is precisely that our system favoured competitiveness, adventurism, individual enterprise. The tragedy of our generation is that just as the great civilizations of Asia have discovered the merits of decentralizing, devolving, diffusing power, the European Union is going in the opposite direction. The European Union is going in the direction of more uniformity, more taxation, more regulation, more harmonization. So we, I think, genuinely are the pro-Europeans. I say this as someone who speaks French, who speaks Spanish, who's lived and worked all over the continent. You know, of course, we believe in a regional association of countries talking together, arbitrating their disputes in common, doing collectively what they can't do singly. But there is something profoundly anti-European about thinking that a single uniform approach for a continent of 500 million people is better than relying on proven national democratic institutes and mechanisms and procedures.
Hannan is a well-known journalist, having been a leader writer and currently author of a blog for the Daily Telegraph. He has also published several books arguing for democratic reform. But what about his leisure time?
The thing I most enjoy doing when I'm back in my constituency, when I'm not working, is going to the theatre. Probably every month I watch plays mainly by Shakespeare. There is more in one of his tragedies than in almost anything that you can do in an equivalent amount of time. And when it really works, you get a sense of catharsis, a sense of being moved that stays with you for weeks afterwards. How he was possible, I still don't know. And after a lifetime of watching the plays, I'm no closer to an answer. But it is the most moving way to spend your time. And every day I'm glad that I was born speaking his language.